watching Thrifty Kaniffy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Today we're going to be looking at a Rough Ryder Reserve knife. You guys that are familiar with the channel know that I've done quite a few reviews of the Smoky Mountain Knife Works Rough Ryder Reserve line. And this is model number RRR021. And that is the Quillcliffe design. Packaging, I'll go over very briefly. Get this aluminum tube with the embossed top and logo on the side. Has some slogan here, built by hand, back for life. Then you get the cleaning cloth, both a black and gray design with the logo there and the slogan at the bottom, and then it comes wrapped in some wax paper. So, if you're familiar with the Rough Ryder Reserve knife, no changes there. Let's look at the knife itself. We've got a 4-inch closed handle on this guy. Again, this is the Quillcliffe. And we'll go over some of the features here. We've got the stainless bolsters on either side. They're satin finished. You get the double thread on the pivot side and a single thread on the other. I believe these are nickel silver pins and a nickel silver shield. The shield is the bomb design, which is the newer shield that Rough Ryder Reserve's have been using. I think maybe the second or third time for this particular knife. You have brass liners and stainless spring. You can see that the construction there is very tight. Not any gaps there. The transitions to the bolsters are nice and smooth, and those pins are really well done. And only thing I'm feeling is the threading on the bolsters. There's no stepping or anything like that. The edges are nice and turned. They're smooth to the touch, not uncomfortable to rub your fingers across. And the spring is nice and smooth in the closed position. So let's take a closer look at the blade. You have half stops here and probably about a 7 pull. Really nice pull on that all the way through. I'd say about a 7 to 7.5. Very good snap, and I'm going to shut up and open and close the knife for you guys to hear. Very nice. And let's take a closer look at the blade. So the blade length is just ever so slightly over 2.5 inches. You get a swedge design on the top there. It runs almost the entire length of the blade. Then a match strike pull on it. There's a good look at the blade edge on that side. And you get a blade edge there that says RRR with Rough Ryder Reserve below it. The other side of the blade, a little less of a grind. I think it's a little uneven, maybe a little heavier on the other side. But you can see the nice vertical satin finish on the blade. A very attractive Wharncliffe blade. There again is a look at that swedging. And on this side of the tang, you've got the model number and the blade steel, which is D2. And then the country of origin, China. Again, the model number is RRR021. But you get the half stop there. Yeah, and a very good pull, which you know always makes me happy when there's a good pull on it. And really well constructed, very well built knife. We just looked at the Rosecraft blades knife, and much the same. It is very well built. Andy Armstrong designed that one. I'm not sure he designed this one or not. Someone could tell me in the comments. I'd appreciate that. I have not been keeping up to speed on who designed some of the more recent Rough Ryder Reserve releases. But you can see the blades well centered here. And I guess the opinion side of my review here is going to be based on the fact that this is a little awkward blade to handle ratio. If we take a look at the Queen knife that I've gotten here. Now this was made by Smoky Mountain Knife Works as well. You can see that this one's about 3/8 inch shorter in length overall, but when you open the blade up, it is actually all the way to the top of the tang, even a little larger blade than the Quillcliffe has. So I'm just wondering why they didn't try to make, and you can see how the body of that blade sits in to the cavity all the way down here at the end. And you look at this knife, it's got a tremendous amount of room left for a larger blade, but they opted to go with the smaller blade. So I feel like I'm getting shorted here, literally, right? And that would be my main complaint. Really nothing else about the knife is objectionable. You know, the micarta is nice and smooth. Maybe would have liked to see some natural handle material there, okay. But we know that they've been making these in the micarta, and you either like that or you don't. But in terms of the design, I don't really get a good grasp of why they decided to go with such a smaller length blade. And to me, that's going to be the judgment that you're going to have to make as to whether or not you want to buy the knife. I just feel like, you know, the lines of the knife look a little awkward when you have the blade going in there that way, and then, you know, when you open it up, it does give you that 4-inch handle, which is nice. You know, get a full finger, 4-finger grip, which is going to be a challenge on this knife, right? Your hand's going to come off. But on this, you will have a full grip, so that's nice. But would have liked to seen, you know, the blade to match the handle, and I just feel like, you know, it maybe should have been about a 1/4 inch longer or more, and to fill in that cavity. I mean, there's plenty of space there, so I just really don't see the excuse as to why they would do that. But, you know, if that doesn't offend you and you're cool with that, and you appreciate the longer handle, you've got a bigger hand, you know, and this knife just kind of feels dainty to you, well then it's kind of a better option, I guess. But, you know, the Rough Ryder Reserve line's been really kind of hit and miss overall, and there's been some really good ones, and there's been some that just kind of leave you scratching your head. And unfortunately, this is kind of more of the head scratcher style here. But for $42.10, not incredibly unaffordable. Or you can pick it up on Smoky Mountain Knife Works for $45. Still very affordable knife. You know, the single blade ones have remained, you know, very affordable. And when you get into the multiple blade knives, that's when things start to change. But I've been a collector of more of the single bladed Rough Ryder Reserve knives. But that's going to do it for my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I hope it gives you an idea of whether or not you want to buy the knife, because ultimately that's what the review is for, right? For you to help you decide on whether or not this is something that you would want to purchase. But I hope you enjoyed it. And in case, even if you aren't going to buy the knife, make sure you like and subscribe, hit the bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. Turn on your notifications so that you're made aware of videos each and every time I post something new. Hope you guys have a fantastic day today, and please do take care.